Which was the harder scene, do you think, to film from an emotional standpoint?
I mean,
Maybe the bar one. I mean, I don't know if that was difficult or not, but bar one aside, I suppose.
yeah, no, the bar seems none of the again, you have good people around you. None of it's all a challenge,
Mm.
but kind of a welcome one. And I suppose I think is the water ending is the one which has is that I don't let's not talk about that.
As long as there's no details, I think we
No,
all
but
know
there's
that it exists.
but
But
some of those impulses, those psychological impulses, fairly horrific. And yeah, as you're sort of mining the well of your own, psyche or trauma, um, yeah, it's quite they're quite challenging insofar as it's a dark set of thoughts, to investigate and explore. And yeah, that stuff is maybe has an emotional toll. I
yeah,
won't say it's any more difficult, because sometimes it's very difficult just to pretend you're in an incredibly sunny place when,
mm.
somebody's just told you off for talking, you know, while the crew are trying to rig a scene or whatever it might be. So,
Mm.
and then they come in and say, okay, now you're top of the world. And I'm like, I feel bad.
Mm.
But I suppose, yeah, I suppose emotionally grueling is that sequence in when he releases the clutch, and or rather takes the handbrake off and lets the car roll.
Mm.
That's pretty awful stuff. And because of that, I'm aware it's all very sensitive. You put a little more pressure on yourself, because you're like, I need to represent this appropriately,
Yeah,
awful as it is.
it's a variation of that of that ending as well. Once again, no spoilers, but it's expanded upon slightly. It's called Stillness, which honestly, and I don't think there's been a time yet where I haven't seen it that it's not made me cry because it is powerful, very powerful, and you do it so well.